There is so much going on right now. Like, all of a sudden, the birds are going crazy. The cats are going crazy. I hope that doesn't mean there's an earthquake or something gonna happen, because that would be crazy. For lack of better words. Ugh. Earthquakes scare the crap out of me, and if that, I don't have horses, so I can't tell if one's coming. Okay, just focus. What was I gonna talk about? I can do this. I don't really know what is happening. I can't focus. Okay, I think I got this. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. I can do it. I'm just gonna do it. There isn't just one voice in my head, as you can probably tell, but it's not chaos all the time, but it's also never just me. Sometimes it's a child crying, sometimes it's someone screaming at me to get up and function, sometimes it's nothing at all. And people will try to put that into neat categories: protector, little, persecutor. But when you're living it, it doesn't feel like labels. It just feels like surviving. And I don't understand why people would just go straight to labels. Hey, if you don't know me, I am Ezra. I'm pretty sure it's really hard to tell. I feel really out of it at the moment. And I have dissociative identity disorder. And today I'm not just listing alter types, I guess. I just want to show you what those labels actually feel like from the inside, because the clinical words don't really capture it. There are parts of me that can sit here, talk to you, make eye contact, seem normal, if you will. That's what people would call an apparently normal part, or ANP, I think it is. But normal is doing a lot of heavy lifting there, because just under that, there are parts that hold things I can't touch without falling apart. So those are the emotional parts. They don't care about your schedule. They don't care about being polite. They care about what happened, and they feel like it's happening right now. So life becomes this constant balancing act between getting through the day and don't let the past swallow you whole. There are parts of me that exist for one reason: to make sure I survive. Some of them are loud about it. They'll shut down emotions, snap at people, push others away before they can hurt us. Those would be under the label category of protectors. And yeah, Sometimes they look like anger. Sometimes they look like self-sabotage. But underneath that, they're terrified of letting anything happen again. Then there are the ones who don't raise their voice at all. The ones who sit quietly with the pain, who soothe the younger ones, who whisper, "It's okay, I've got you." Those are under the category of caretakers, I guess. I guess, yeah, that would be the most accurate category for that. They feel like the closest thing to safety we ever built. And somewhere in the middle, there are parts that control the doors, for lack of a better term. Who comes forward, who stays hidden, what memories are allowed through. Those are under the category of gatekeepers. And you don't always notice them, but you feel them when something suddenly stops, like hitting a wall in your own mind. This is the part people misunderstand the most. There are voices in here that don't sound kind. They can be cruel, relentless. They repeat things that were said to me like it's their job. Those are what people will call persecutors, which I don't actually like that term. Like, who would want to be known as a persecutor? And it's easy to look at them and think they're the problem, but they learned that voice somewhere. They're not trying to destroy me. They're trying to make sure I never forget what happens if I'm not careful. And then there are parts that don't want to survive at all. Parts that are so tired, so overwhelmed, that they just want everything to just stop. Those parts don't need judgment. They need someone to understand how much pain they're carrying. There are kids in here as well, not metaphorically, like actual children. Some of them are really small. They don't have words, just feelings, fear, need. Some are a little older. They want comfort, they want safety. Sometimes they just want to play in a world that never let them. Those are the littles that I have previously made a explanation video about, like the video before this one. And then there are the teenagers, angry, defensive, trying to figure out who they are while everything around them was breaking. They carry a different kind of pain, less confusion and more awareness. And sometimes that makes it heavier. Not every part of me looks human on the inside. And I know that sounds strange if you've never experienced it, but trauma doesn't organize itself in neat human shapes. Some parts can be animals, instinct, survival, no words, just reaction. Some can feel like machines. They don't feel anything. They just function. Get through it, complete the task, shut it down. Some feel like something darker, like demons, monsters, something evil, but they're not actually evil. They're what happens when a child believes they are. Some can feel like ghosts, like they already died, like they're just lingering, if you will. Now, some parts aren't just original. They're based on people, sometimes people who hurt them or me or whoever is the person with the system, sometimes people who are supposed to protect them. That's how the brain learns. If I become them, maybe I can survive them. And sometimes they come from stories, characters, fictional worlds, because when reality is unbearable, your brain reaches for anything that feels strong enough to hold you together. And then, not every part is fully formed. Some are just pieces. A single memory, a single emotion, a single moment frozen in time. Those would be fragments. And sometimes there's nothing at all, just emptiness, like a blank slate. That's what people, or psychiatrists, or whoever, that's what they would call a shell. And then there are parts that never came out. They stay inside, watching, existing, but never speaking. And from my experience, that is because they can, not always, they can feel like if they speak, it will only make it worse. Or if they speak, they won't be heard anyway, so what's the point in speaking out at all? People always ask this: which alter or which one is the real you? And the answer is, there isn't just one. There never really was. When DID forms, it happens before a single identity becomes fully whole. So instead of one self breaking, it's more like many selves trying to grow at once in a place that wasn't safe to exist in. Healing isn't getting rid of them. It's not becoming one person overnight. It's learning to listen, to communicate, to stop fighting each other just to survive. It's turning a room full of strangers into something closer to a family. So, yeah. Those are the types of alters that I've been learning about. But more than that, they're pieces of a life that had to survive in ways it never should have had to. If you're a system watching this, I see you. If you're trying to understand someone who is, thank you for trying. I'll see you in the next one, I guess. Peace.